They treated the award winners as an afterthought. No, they treated them as a chore, as if the awards got in the way. 3, 2, 1, please wrap it up. Despite needing an interpreter, Eiji Onuma already ran out his allotted time for Zelda. So to give a bit of context here, I don't do React content. I don't really do a lot of live streams either, especially over the last year or so, and yet the Game Awards is that one exception I still make. I did it last year and I was very unmotivated to do it this year, and yet I did it anyway. And the sheer level of disrespect and the sheer level of agreement on this level of disrespect amongst everyone online has kind of made me think, okay, let's kind of make a video where I just talk about the aftermath of this and my general feelings. Because, well, wow, only 30 seconds per award winner? That's kind of rude. You know? Like Emmy award winners are given that amount of time, but it's not a strict thing. Not only that, but actors are trained at giving speeches in a certain amount of time, and these people winning, either they don't speak English or they're not really used to being on camera, so there's a risk of them running overtime. The Game Awards have fallen quite far from the noble goal it began with, you know, like there were Lifetime Achievement Awards, Roberta Williams coming out of retirement. It had such a noble goal when it began to get away from whatever the Spike video game awards were. Like, that was a thing that was only in the US, so I don't know what they were, but apparently they were horrible. But the thing is, every time over the last few years the Game Awards have come on, I have kind of had the urge to heckle it a bit, and yet I want to be respectful of the idea, because there are a lot of other things that the Game Awards does that feels disrespectful, and I get the feeling that they're just going to focus on this 30-second thing and ignore everything else. I don't know if they're going to address anything else. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's a lost cause, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. I'm not going to mention anything about sponsorships and trailers because that's a given. That's a necessary evil in order to draw people in. But the fact that the people who only came in for those still thought it was disrespectful towards the developers, that's a red flag. That's a very big red flag. But let's talk about some other things. The first one is runtime. Jeff Keighley has said that he has attempted to reduce the runtime several times. But the thing is, it's actually gotten longer, and I've actually checked prior versions, like prior years of the Game Awards, and it's like they've actually gotten longer. This year, it was 3 hours and 40 minutes, and previous years, it was only 3. There has been a bit of a technicality where they add a pre-show of about 30 minutes, which is kind of just the Game Awards, but not labeled as the Game Awards. So technically, it's only 3 hours or 2.5 hours. But the fact that they give out awards there kind of says something about how important those awards actually are. And this year, it was most obvious because all of the awards given out during the pre-show are things that I would say are possibly not even popular with audiences. Like, it's like the esports, accessibility was there for some reason, and family game was there for some reason. Like, that's like, if something is in the pre-show, I consider anything that's shoved into that to be some level of disrespect. I kind of feel like the only thing you can do about that is just cut out the pre-show. Like, this show needs to be shortened. Going 3 hours and 40 minutes, that's 40 minutes overtime, is also really uncomfortable to me. No one watches a movie in the theater for that long, and I don't really have an idea on how to solve that other than just finding stuff to cut. And cutting down on the award speeches should have been the last thing. In order to motivate myself this year, I made a bingo card, and I wrote 5 different entries that was just, okay, here's something where I can go to the toilet. Like, some people need to go. Another thing that affects me directly as a viewer is when the show is actually done. This show was actually on a Thursday evening in the United States, but the thing about that is that that's Friday for everyone else. That's Friday morning, after midnight, that's Friday daytime for me. I had to take a day off work for this. Like, I didn't want to watch it, and I still took a day off work because I was able to do it, and it felt like a waste of time. That's probably not something I'm going to do again. Like, I'm getting older now. This Game Awards show has been around for 10 years. I've watched E3 for God knows how long. I can't do that anymore. Let me watch it on a Saturday, please. Like, I don't know how difficult that request is. Another thing that I have attempted to mention several times, especially with the site redesign that they've been using for the last few years, is why are they listing Australia as a country and everything else as a city? This is a very small thing on the website, sure, but Brazil is also listed as a country here rather than a city. Brazil has 3 time zones and Australia, well, they have daylight savings as well. For me, I actually straight up don't look at this map of Australia. I actually end up looking at Tokyo and doing a conversion mentally because I don't know what time zone this is in. This is probably Sydney and Melbourne. The final thing is the idea of co-streams, which it's kind of flip-flopped quite a bit on. But this is the last thing which has felt like uncaring or disrespect towards people who live stream and react in real time, such as myself. And it's that there's basically no support given. It's kind of fluctuated a bit because a few years I did get a badge in the mail, which I thought was very nice. I showed it on my stream and all that, which made me feel included. But lately, all they do is just give us like a streaming frame, and that's it. Like, that's all you get when you sign up. There's really no information on what benefits co-streaming offers, and I don't know if there's any work being done towards that. One of the things that I've actually wanted for a while now is just a program. Like, this is something that commentators do when they rebroadcast stuff like the Olympic opening ceremony or something like that, but I would like an agenda. I would like an actual schedule of like when this award is coming up, here is this, here's some context. Like the co-stream kit I got this year had pretty much no media information in it, aside from saying that it was going to be 2.5 hours long. And it was 3 hours and 40 minutes long. That's like, that is wildly wrong. And yeah, those are all the things that affected me personally, and well, yeah. Rant video vlog done.